as well do this as a proper little one. So here, I've got my limit MXR on my little death machine apart. This is my upgraded controller. And one with the LCD and everything. I thought there was a problem with the motor, but what had happened is, when changing batteries round, I'd accidentally yanked one of these wires out. So I had to redo them. But it's all golden now. So I had to put a new motor in there. Just over 100 quid from Fun Bikes, but luckily I found someone on Gumtree that just bought one of these brand new. He's got the bike brand new and he upgraded the motor straight away. So I went and bought the new old one off him for 50 quid. And I've got it in there now. But anyway, mainly to the point, the battery. So if you get a giant controller, look, I'll give you an example. I had this in there. This bike was originally going to be, so I bought a 1,500 watt, and Fun Bikes lie, because I checked it peak, and they peaked around 1250 watt, which is very, very disingenuous from them, but, so it's only about 1250 watt, and it's a shame, because it was such a cool bike. So, the old controller, I haven't got it here, I gave it away, but a little tiny controller, and originally, because it only had 1250 watts, and I thought, I want stupid power from it, so I went the same as the route on the Dude Stuff and the Andy Kirby videos, and I put this 8,000 watt controller in there, and if you look at the solid, like, it's humongous, this controller, it's just way too much, and it barely fitted in there, and then we could barely get a battery in, and after having this, and riding it at like 60 volts, 70 volts, 100 amps, whatever, it's just scary, it's just so powerful, it's way overpowered, so it's not fun at all. It was like, if you watch the Dude Stuff video, when he puts the LiPo batteries in and the Sabaton controller, it's kind of all or nothing. And it's a really cool novelty of a bike, but in my opinion, I'd like throttle progression and modes and stuff, so I can go slow and then I can go fast. And that's why I've done this. Yeah, so with this controller, I was going similar with them boys, sort of 5, 8, 10,000 watts, and it was just stupid. But this controller we got in there now, it's only 1800 to 2000 watt, 45 amp, Chinese amp dumping one. But it comes with one of these cool controllers, and it's got like all boost mode and stuff like that if you look at the other videos. But back to the batteries. So this is the battery it comes with. That's the battery right there. So that is a 54.3 volt 13 amp hour battery with a, it says it on there, I think, it says it's got a it says it's got a, here we go, maximum charge current 4 amps, maximum discharge current 40 amps, operating voltage 39 to 54, 13 amp hour, and the sizes, Yongkang Photech electronic technology. Anyway, so that's a 13 amp hour lithium battery with, oh, they've got some weight to them as well, with 40 amp BMS. I've got a few batteries, so this is the battery I'm using in it for the moment. Well, I'm going to be using, well, I haven't decided yet, I'm going to see what range is like. So I'm either going to go with, I think I'm just going to have that as a spare battery, because they're decent, but, oh, I don't know, to be fair. So say that this is 13 amp hour, 40 amp BMS, and this is 17.5 amp hour, 40 amp BMS, but it's got a it's got Samsung cells in it, so I reckon I'll get a lot more range out of that battery. But the amp draw wasn't the same. Like, that drew amps more than that, but when the volts get down with this to like 50, 49, you've got no amps at all. It doesn't have any amps. But this one, the Samsung cells, that keeps the amps all the way down. So I think I'm definitely going to go with this for longevity. But I think I'm going to use this as well, because this is a 59, 52 volt, 13 amp hour battery. Or 15 amp hour battery, I can't remember. But I don't want to shut that one on there. But you can, as long as you get an XT60 on there, you can pretty much use any 48 or 52 volt battery.